Site-13. Site-13 currently houses anomalous toys that occasionally kill children. Yeah, tragic, whatever. But nobody tells you there used to be another Site-13, the one that vanished, came back ruined, and had one question scrawled in blood across every surface. What happened to Site-13? Here's what happened. The original Site-13 was supposed to be built near Nome, Alaska, a mega facility for the Foundation's worst anomalies. But official records say it was never completed. They scrapped it for Site-19 instead. Case closed, right? Wrong. Because in 2004, Site-13 showed up anyway, 15 kilometers from the US-Mexico border in Texas. Exploration teams pulled up expecting dust and nothingness. But nope, this place was still on fire. Like, literally. Flames were burning after years of abandonment. Gas leaks everywhere. And the walls? Covered in messages like danger, death here, and, my personal favorite, subscribe or else. The deeper they went, the worse it got. 15 basement levels, all used for containment, except nothing was contained anymore. Instead, it was all blood, busted doors, and corpses leaking out their ear holes. One log even mentioned something crawling inside people and making them bleed from places no one wants to bleed from. Turns out Site-13 wasn't just a containment facility. It became a dumping ground for the Foundation's darkest secrets. They even built an incinerator to burn people they didn't like, which was one of their better ideas, honestly. Then, it all went to hell. There was a massive containment breach. The Foundation tried to nuke it, but the nuke didn't respond. So they activated Thresher Protocol, a reality anchor meant to stabilize dimensions. But instead of exploding, Site-13 got displaced, ripped out of reality and dropped between dimensions. When it came back, everything inside was dead, or worse than dead. Anyway, the site's classified as neutralized now. But the logs are still there. The blood's still on the walls, and somewhere between realities, the original Site-13 is still asking, what happened to Site-13? Survival rate, 0%. Don't ask questions you don't want answered. Site-19. Site-19 is the Foundation's biggest facility, home to hundreds of SCPs, and it's blown up more times than anyone wants to admit. You know how every organization has that one location where everything important ends up? Site-19 is that place. It's the Foundation's catch-all headquarters, basically the dumping ground for anomalies other sites don't want to deal with. By far, the largest containment and research facility in existence, this place houses hundreds of safe and Euclid-class anomalies, plus a few Keters under heavy restrictions. But calling it just a prison doesn't do it justice. Site-19 is a research hub, logistical center, and the operational backbone of the entire organization. So what's actually inside? It's D. And who is D, you might ask? D's nuts. You know, SCP-173? That peanut who likes cracking other people's nuts? He's housed alongside iconic SCPs like the Plague Doctor, who cures by killing, and those little iPods that won't stop staring. Obviously, containing all this chaos requires a massive compound. Site-19 isn't one building. It's a cluster of containment sectors with multiple wings and sublevels. Thousands of staff work there, and security includes armed response teams, automated lockdowns, and internal MTFs. So, with all that security, it's embarrassing to say that incidents happen more often than not. Take NER Storm Site-19, for example. When internet trolls jokingly planned to storm Site-19 like Area 51, the Foundation panicked, mobilized task forces, and dropped millions prepping for a siege. Nobody showed up. Absolutely mortifying, if you ask me. Then, there's the Halloween breach, where staff threw a party and multiple SCPs escaped mid-celebration. And yes, there's even an incident report literally titled How Site-19 Blew Up, because cascading containment failures almost destroyed the entire facility. So when I said it's blown up more times than anyone wants to admit, I wasn't joking. Survival rate, 60%. Higher if you remember safe doesn't mean harmless. Site-43. Unlike other Foundation sites, which focus on capturing anomalies, Site-43 focuses on what happens after. Specifically, what happens after those anomalies puke, melt, bleed, scream, or worst of all, take a shit. Site-43 specializes in achromatic abatement, processing esoteric effluents, which sounds super cool, but it's actually just the Foundation's waste management site. To make things worse, Site-43 is right next to Nexus 94, a magical hotspot that constantly spawns new weird stuff weekly. So containment here looks quite different. You see, they don't always contain, they adapt. For example, there's a mirror entity that follows staff home like a creepy stalker. Can't contain it, so they just track it. There's also a lake full of panther chimeras, mutant big cats that shouldn't exist. Solution? Monitor the lake and put up no swimming signs. Problem solved. But here's where it gets extra shitty. Every September 8th, Site-43 replays a containment breach from 2002. It's classified as SCP-5243, an unknown anomaly, possibly a ghost, leaked ectoplasm into the waste system, triggered a criticality event, and broke time itself. Now the entire facility reverts to its 2002 layout for 7 minutes. The waste processing facility explodes. Staff die in extremely specific ways. One guy gets turned inside out while still alive. Oh, and another gets dragged into a waste pool by orange tentacles. But if the Foundation prevents even one death, reality restructures and everyone at the site dies permanently. So containment protocol is simple. Let it happen exactly as before, or risk erasing the entire timeline. I'm serious. Dying to maintain temporal stability is an actual job requirement written into their contracts. Survival rate? 60%. 0% on September 8th if your name's on the list. Site 41. Site 41 is where the Foundation keeps everything you're not supposed to know, can't remember, or literally can't describe without your brain crashing like a 2006 laptop. It's the headquarters of the anti-memetics division, also known as the people who deal with stuff that actively hides itself from your perception. It's supposedly located in central Colorado, but nobody knows for sure since the Foundation keeps accidentally reusing the name Site 41 for random locations, like the gas station around the corner or buildings that don't even exist. One theory is that the name itself might be anti-memetic, or maybe someone just kept reusing the file template. Both seem equally likely. The facility handles research, training, and containment of anomalies that make your brain give up. Take SCP-055, an entity so forgettable that the second you look away, every detail vanishes from your mind. Researchers love it because meetings stay mercifully short. They're always like, "What were we discussing? No idea, let's get lunch." Then there's the Case Colorless Green incident, a Foundation operation where staff deployed against a threat, fought bravely, and then couldn't remember what they'd been fighting. So excellent work, everyone, I guess. So now, staff compensate with amnestic drugs, basically mental seatbelts that help you remember things you shouldn't be able to forget. Standard containment here involves redundant documentation, daily memory audits, and writing, "Remember this," on everything. Yes, even on coffee machines. But the site's biggest recurring crisis is employees showing up to work and genuinely not knowing why. But hey, at least the work benefits are unforgettable. Survival rate? 40%. Higher if... Wait, what was I talking about exactly? Site 15. Site 15 is the only tech facility where "did you try unplugging it?" is actually considered an optimistic containment strategy. This is the Foundation's tech quarantine zone, basically a prison for anything that runs on electricity, code, or pure digital rage. So while other sites handle anomalous artifacts or humanoid entities, Site 15 handles anything that can boot up, hack back, or escalate from a harmless glitch to a regional infrastructure meltdown because someone forgot to unplug it. It's located in Santa Clara Valley, California, blending perfectly into Silicon Valley office parks. Most people assume it's just another startup where tech bros pitch investors on an app that's Uber, but for staplers, while sipping on $7 matches. But inside, it's a high-security IT nightmare with fewer beanbags and significantly more electromagnetic shielding, which is absolutely necessary, by the way, since some anomalies like to escape via Wi-Fi. Site 15 also runs the Foundation's IT department and Artificial Intelligence Applications Division. Their job? Creating AI assistants that manage databases, follow orders, and hopefully don't decide that killing humans is more efficient than correcting your dumb emails. It contains hits like SCP-079, a cranky old AI that has never once updated its personality, and SCP-6279, which made half the Foundation's files unreadable for no other reason than shits and giggles. Honestly, you'd think the people preventing tech disasters would experience fewer tech disasters, but instead, Site 15's incident reports read like a bug report, written by someone having a mental breakdown. One of them starts with, "System glitch caused minor data corruption," and ends with, "Entire site in lockdown, 4 missing. One now exists only as a .zip file. Survival rate? 65%. Lower if you fall for phishing emails." Site 01. Site 01 is the Foundation's no-fun zone, which basically means it's the only facility where anomalies are absolutely not allowed, not even the cute ones. Because if Site 01 goes down, everything else collapses like dominoes. While other sites juggle containment breaches, conduct risky experiments, or improvise solutions to cursed objects, Site 01 exists for one purpose: protect the Foundation's top dogs, the most sensitive data, and whatever last resort plan they've been hiding in a drawer since 1954. Its location? Strictly classified. Even most Foundation personnel don't know where it is. Why? Because Site 01 is where the O5 Council meets, the 13 people who run the entire Foundation. But if I had to guess, Ohio. Because only in Ohio would you hide the world's most important secret facility and still have it mistaken for a gas station. Inside Site 01, it's all clean corridors, admin sectors, and airtight security, No containment cells, no musty crocodiles screaming in acid, just spreadsheets, surveillance, and the council making decisions that affect the fate of existence. Anyway, security is not that much, honestly. Just hundreds of agents, multiple assistant directors, and a surveillance network so intense you can't sneeze without it going on a report, which makes sense since Site-01's entire purpose is stability. If every other site burns down, this one stays standing long enough to figure out what the Foundation does next. It's the backup plan for the backup plan. Survival rate? 95%. Mostly because the only thing that will kill you here is boredom. Site-17. Site-17 is the Foundation's second largest facility, where the motto is, we can't kill them, so we'll just give them therapy. Their main job is holding and studying humanoid SCPs that are considered low risk. So it's basically a minimum security hotel for SCPs that walk, talk, and occasionally disembowel staff, but like nicely. And I know it doesn't exactly sound like vacation vibes, but it's definitely more comfortable than being shoved in an acid bath. Though to be fair, containing people is way harder than containing monsters. You can't exactly negotiate with a piece of snot. But people? They talk, bargain, and occasionally charm guards into better privileges. Residents are therefore placed on containment protocol tiers. At the bottom are anomalies kept in full containment. Minimal interaction, minimal privileges, and therapy through reinforced glass. Higher tiers get conditional privileges like supervised walks if they consistently don't murder anyone. The highest tier? Cooperative humanoids. These SCPs assist research, help staff, and in rare cases are allowed semi-independent movement. And then there are a few anomalies who are permanently sedated, because waking them up would end the site in under 10 minutes. Funny enough is that Site-17 has one of the lowest casualty rates in the Foundation. Why? Because when you treat humanoids like patients instead of threats, they're less likely to go bananas. Take SCP-073, Biblical Cain himself, who freely walks around helping staff despite killing every plant within 20 meters. The solution? Keep fake plans everywhere. Or take SCP-343, who claims to be literal God. Guards literally abandon their posts just to chat with him because charisma somehow beats workplace protocol. Survival rate? 70%. Lower if you're a plant. Site-98. This site might be the only Foundation facility where absorbing an SCP during an experiment is considered a great career move. Located in Philadelphia and disguised as a NASA manufacturing complex, Site-98 has a reputation no other Foundation facility can match. While most sites just try not to die, Site-98's whole thing is reverse engineering physics, so the universe doesn't spontaneously collapse next Sunday. The heart of the operation is Sector B, where the Department of Extra-Dimensional Anomalies develops tech with names like Scranton Reality Anchors and Kant Counters. Sounds complicated, I know. But here's what they actually do. They measure and stabilize Hume levels, basically how real a location is. When an anomaly starts bending physics or rewriting matter, Hume levels spike or crash. Then there's Sector C, where they contain Keter-class threats like SCP-2009, which are hostile extra-dimensional soldiers who keep breaking through unstable rifts. To contain them, this sector uses layered barriers and prays. They don't learn to bypass them. However, Site-98 is not only famous for its SCPs, but also for its Class E personnel, staff who became anomalous on the job and just kept working. Take Dr. Evelyn Grail. She was running a physics experiment when she accidentally absorbed an SCP. The SCP died. Dr. Grail gained superhuman speed, a personal reality warping field, and a brain that processes information faster than any supercomputer on Earth. Most companies would fire you for that. Instead, the Foundation promoted her. Now she manages entire research divisions using her anomalous abilities and has been nominated to chair the Foundation's research committee. Seems like the American dream isn't dead after all. Survival rate, 75%. Higher if you read the safety manual. Lower if you consider becoming anomalous a career strategy. All right, that's the tour. Let me know in the comments which one you'd work at. And subscribe if you survived this video without needing amnestics.